welcome back to the beginning of another week. It's week 34, and I thought I would wait towards the end of the day to film this, hoping that it would cool down, and it really hasn't. It is still warm, it is still clammy and muggy, so I'm kind of miserable at the moment. I also haven't been feeling well this week, so honestly, there's not much to report in the garden. Most of the stuff I've been doing has been in the house. We did have an issue with the closet, so Francis had to fix some stuff there. I've been dehydrating tomatoes to turn them into tomato powder because we have enough tomato paste at this point and I don't know what else to do with it. So I figured I'd just dehydrate it and turn it into powder, and we'll see what we can do with it later. I will take you around, show you what's happening in the garden, tell you some plans for this week. But really, I'm not sure, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so out in the garden, nothing much is going on, but since we're up here, I wanted to show off my orange tree because you may or may not remember that earlier this year, well, over the winter, I didn't cover it because I thought it was hardier than it was, and it basically died down to nothing. So this has been all the growth in this year, so that's pretty cool. The chickens are doing their thing over there, and this space definitely needs some love, so that's on the docket. I just haven't gotten around to it. Out here, I've mainly been prepping for new plants, so I've been filling up the beds there. The volunteer lettuce are coming in. This volunteer lettuce needs to get moved. All the volunteer tomatoes are doing their thing. I got some more coverage here and some more done there. I did get my tarps. So they always say you shouldn't leave the ground naked, which this has been for a while. So I will go ahead and tarp it until I can get to it. So at least that'll happen. I need to pull out the cabbages way over there. We're still getting some tomatoes here, so I'm doing what I can with them. We have so many beans, which I need to like blanch and freeze, and then we have like the sea of tomatoes. Yeah, these little orange ones are super yummy, so I'm saving seeds from those. And then these even smaller orange ones are very yummy, and I'm saving seeds from those. So those are both volunteers, and part of why I like to just let the volunteers come up is because I don't know what they're going to bring. So last year, I mainly got red ones, and they taste tomatoey and they're okay, but I prefer the sweet ones. And then this year, like I say, the orange ones there and the orange ones over here are incredibly sweet. So I'm very happy that I let them do their thing. We're still getting peppers. I need to come out and go ahead and harvest those. There's quite a few. And I'll probably start freezing those. We actually eat the peppers a lot more than the tomatoes, I'm finding out. So next year, I'll probably plant a lot more peppers. Brassica things we're not really eating. Neither of us are super into greens. I'm really into Brussels sprouts, but I mean, like, that's my Brussels sprout. So I don't think it did what it's supposed to do. And I'm still going to keep trying to grow Brussels sprouts, but I'm going to kind of consider that a failure for this year. Out here, we have more volunteer red tomatoes, which are tasty, but not as good as the orange ones. The orchard is looking nice. I think I need to think about pruning my stone ones, my stone fruits soon, but I'll have to figure that out. I need to cut the grass, so that's definitely on the list for this next week. I showed you the beginnings of the Apios flowers, but here you can actually see that they're coming in. They look kind of like snapdragons. They smell beautiful, and the chickens really like them. So yeah, there's tons and tons and tons that are coming in. And for whatever reason, like, these wasps like them. And I'm not sure I guess maybe they're feeding little ones now, but not sure what's happening with that. But yeah, the yellow jackets seem to like those as well. Potatoes, I have my second planting of potatoes because the first ones basically I think got eaten by voles. So we'll kind of see what happens there. These are mystery potatoes that just decided to grow and I didn't bother bringing them up. And then we have one lone thing there that's still doing its thing. So I'm letting them continue to do their thing. Obviously, the weeding out here got away from me, but honestly, most of it are like these sedum things, which just the whole thing pulls up. So if I spend like a day, I should get this pretty well weeded, and that's it. The zucchini, I think, are pretty much done. I was kind of hoping for a few more, but honestly, we don't need them. This one's definitely toast. I will probably take them out. I was going to take out the melons, and then suddenly I realized that we have a bunch of new melons. So there's quite a few. There's this one, there's like that one in there. There's a few over here. As a matter of fact, there's one that's actually like stuck here that I'm going to have to like pry out. So there's quite a few melons coming. This was my tangerine creme cherry. I'm going to go ahead and save some of the seeds because this was like my special one that I had brought in from the US. It doesn't really like it here though. It suffered a lot of disease and the fruits themselves are not nearly as sweet as I was expecting. So it was a little bit of a disappointment, but I'm going to try again next year because I also know that this year was particularly hot with multiple heat waves. So it just may have not been a good year to trial a new tomato. Other than that, I don't have any plans for this week. So we'll see what happens next week. I am going to leave you with my echinacea flower because it's huge and beautiful. And yeah, that is about it for this week. I hope you had a great one, and I'll see you next week. Bye. And Mr. B.